3. This will be part 3 of the rebuild. Sorry it's a little dirty, but first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and plug this in down here. And we're gonna see if we can recalibrate all this stuff right now. I'm showing a bunch of codes now, but it might be battery related. But we're gonna go ahead and look through all these, which it could just be because of the front radar system, because ABS and stuff like that won't work. It also could be because of the steering angle thing. So we're gonna go and go through all these. I just reset a bunch of the codes, so now we're gonna look through the ones that are still here. All right, I'm gonna have to do a lot of research on this, but a lot of these codes are just low battery voltage from it being at Copart. So a lot of these codes are just from the battery being bad. The main codes are the ones that have a lot. So like this one right here, which has 12, that's all the parking sensors in the front. So all the parking sensors right here, the lower parking sensors, and the all-wheel drive one, which is when I press the gas and give it some gas, it throws ABS and traction control. And I read that, and it's saying about the sensor and the steering sensor, which that just needs to be reset. And I gotta do a couple research because I tried resetting it and it keeps saying failed to reset. So I need to do a bunch of research on that. Maybe something's still wrong in the system. Maybe it could be just a bad sensor in the wheel right here, or a bad tone ring. We're gonna go ahead and let this reset itself. All right, now that we let it reset, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can torque tube fault, which is the steering wheel. I already got the code down and read it. It's the steering sensor. We're gonna enter that system. But yeah, those codes really aren't those big of a problems. Majority, almost all of them, are battery related, low battery. I may need to replace the battery, but I mean, it's running good. And I haven't had a problem except that one time. So we're gonna go ahead and the real problems that we have is the parking sensors, the radar, and ABS and traction control, which could be a parking or a sensor right here in the wheel. We'll go ahead and replace that, but we need to go ahead and get down to the bottom of that and figure out which one that is. But those are the real problems. After that's fixed, all those codes should go away, or even after I replace the battery. I haven't even checked the fuses yet, so they could just be the fuses. So I need to go ahead and open this, and I need to check all the fuses for this. All right, no blown fuses, and we can't really find anything, so I think we're gonna finish it when we get back home. But I'll still keep looking, and obviously these are not in the right place, so maybe because something messed up right there. But when I get home, I'll see if I can recalibrate everything, get the right things. All right, we got the new grill, so we're gonna go and throw this on. This isn't this right emblem, but this can come off, and it needs a camera thing, and this can come off too. So I'm not gonna worry about that. I might just drill a hole for now, but it can cap off, but you gotta put a different cap on it. I don't have that. So we're just gonna go ahead and throw this on for now until we get the right emblem. It'll look so much better. We just got the grill in. The middle piece is not the right one. It needs to be that like glossy cover, but we can replace that because that does come off. But the camera does fit. We just have to get a different clip that goes right there, and then we need that chrome piece right there, or black. It's already black, so I'll get another one, but it needs to be black. So what we need now is bottom grill, that grill, and that grill cover, and the black chrome right there, and that'll be it. And then we got to figure out this rear calibration for the radar, and these rear calibrations for the parking sensors, or maybe this line could be messed. The rear brakes on it right now, so I already have the wheel off. Gotta go grab some parts because I don't have any here, but we got to take these brakes off. Hopefully it's not too much of a hassle, which is not, but if I got everything to take them off. So I know these take star bits, and I'm hoping, I don't even know if I need the star bits for the back, I'm gonna be honest, but I guess we'll see. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna see if we can turn this into service mode. So let's go ahead and find Maserati. All right, so we're gonna go in maintenance open, electronic stability control, which this is the parking brake. It says it weird because it's under ABS and ECU. I know it's really messy in here, but parking brake is now open. If you have another one, you can also do this both ways. I know sometimes it works by you can just release it from there, but this just ensures that it's fully released. So, and here's the parking brake right here. It's the electronic, so it pushes the caliper closed. So now we're gonna go ahead and take these two bolts off, which these are hex 10 if I'm correct. If not, I'll have to see. And then sometimes I know they put some other bolts on here, so we're gonna have to see, but hopefully it's just the hex bolts for the back, but you'll see just how worn out these are. So let's go ahead and take this off. And now we're gonna take this clip off. Yeah, keep talking. All right, so we got the brake calipers off, and all we needed to use was the hex right here, but this is the electronic parking brake. And let's look at these pads. These pads are like worn down compared to the new ones. You can see just how wore out they are. All right, so let's go ahead and install these new ones. All right, guys. So we got the brakes on, and now we need to put the clip on. All right, we already put the other wheel on, put the pads on. This one has the sensor. I'm gonna take this wheel off real quick, take the caliper off, do the same thing. All right, like I said, the same thing on this side. All of these things look good. These don't look scored or anything. It may look scored, but it's not to the finger. But yeah, these brakes are really low. This one should have the sensor in it. Yep, right there. So we're gonna go ahead and take this one off, which like I said, it's 2 7s on the back for hex. And you should be able just to slide it off after you take this clip off. And if you guys don't have a big scanner like I do, you can go ahead and manually do it. Which manually doing, you have to take the back e-brake off. And it's smaller ones. I can't remember, but they're hex bolts. They're smaller ones. I'll see if I can remember which one they are once I get to it. But yeah, and then you will take a wrench and you will untighten it all the way until it stops. And then you can push the caliper in safely without damaging it. So if it doesn't go in, just do that. All right, we got this off. And like I said, if you can't do it electronically like I did, you can go ahead and take this off, and I will go ahead and demonstrate that for you guys. So it'll be an H5 to take these two bolts off. So let's go ahead and take that off. All right, once you get the back one off, but let's take a second and look at these brake pads. Just like I said, you can see just how worn these two are. These are basically out. And it just now notified me about these, so I could maybe last another couple, maybe like less than a week on these. But you can tell it already started to get to that part right there. So wanted to be safe, got a whole brand new pad. But let's get back to this, and I will show you how to do this. Since I already did it, it's not gonna, or electronically, it's not gonna go all the way, but you will twist it just like this, and this is a 9. You'll keep twisting it, and it may not go up, it may go up, and then you will use one of these or whatever you have, and it'll compress easily. All right, once you do that, you can go ahead and put it right back on, and you can take your sensor off, and then we can put the new brake pads in and put this one on. All right, brakes are on, so we can go ahead and discard the old brakes. Make sure to plug everything in, like the sensor and the e-brake. So let's go ahead and put this wheel on now. All right, we fixed the brakes, and it's driving great now. And we fixed the cameras, so now we have full 360. And in the front, all I gotta do now is get a couple things for the diagnostic scanner so I can recalibrate all this stuff, like the front parking sensor, and fix everything else. So we're gonna need that middle splitter right there, that middle grill, because there's radars in there. I'll get real close to them. We're gonna need to change the fog lights out and put the trim in there, the top trim of the grill. Obviously we need the fender flares, both sides. This one was good, but the shipment guy, it flew off because it wasn't strapped down right, which that's okay, it's fine. But it's just what you got to deal with when you buy cars from Copart. You can't really blame things on these delivery guys because They just, unless it's like major, you know, like they just destroyed the hood, but no. But everything else has been done. All that needs to be done is paint it the right color. So we're gonna send it to my paint shop and get it exactly right. And then the rest is just little cosmetic stuff like the fender flares, which we have to send those to get painted too, and just the grills, and that's about it. So all we need right now is paint match, a couple grills, the new emblem, and then after that it'll be done, other than it will need to be recalibrated, because I tried to recalibrate it now, because for these Maseratis you have to get a piggyback. You gotta get a piggyback and you gotta connect to the security system to be able to do anything. So that's what I did, and that scanner does not recalibrate stuff. So I know you need a lot of weird, complicated stuff. Sometimes you gotta have a mirror or whatever. So all right, sorry I did not record it, but we did go out and get some parts for the Maserati, almost everything to complete it. Now all we're missing is the bottom grills and that middle splitter. That is it. We have both new fog lights because these fog lights don't really fit. We got the fog light trim that we already put around it. We got the new grill emblem. Might have to get a new grill, I'll see, but I got the new grill emblem and it came with a new radar. I got both fender flares. I'll show you this in a minute. And I think that's about it. Last thing, other than the grills and the splitter right here, I need to get is this bumper clip that goes right here. That's it, because the clips on it are broken. And this is getting sold today. Sorry, it's really messy back here, but both fender flares. We have this one, and I think I just showed you the other one on there. That's a piece of the bumper. This is the grill. Came with the, this just needs washes or bugs. Came with the radar and everything, and the wires. And this, you guys know, let me tell you how much this is. This right here is 300 bucks. The housing for this is 100 bucks. The radar, which is right behind here, is 600 bucks. I don't know how much the camera is, but you know, the fender flares are 120 each. Online aftermarket, or whatever you want to say. Fog lights, I think, are 100 each. Trim is about 50 bucks each. And I might have got some other miscellaneous things, but I got all this for 350 bucks, which is insane. All right, it is raining right now, but we did get it in. Had to do a little bit of retrofitting, but looks so much better. Finally have the right one on here. Looks good. Really, really sturdy in there. Still got to fix this camera, get a little cap for that, but that looks really good. Finally have the original radar on there now. The radar's in there. Now we got to do now is get the bottom ones, the grills, and then get this thing painted. And we'll see if we can get this bracket in time too. All right, we went out and took the bumper off. We got to fix the crack in the bumper, because I think I told you guys that it cracked a little bit. So we got to fix that right now. I already fixed a little bit, but we went ahead and took the remaining stuff off and took that off. We also fixed the hood gap, or I should say the fender gap. But we're going to leave the fender on there until we get to the shop, so I don't have stuff flying off everywhere. And then I got to take that bonnet piece off. All right, so we're fixing the crack. And on this side, I used some more plastic Bondo along the crack right here. You can still see it a little bit, but that's because I put just enough. This is a metal reinforced Bondo, so this is really, really strong Bondo. I put just enough because this stuff is really hard to sand down, and then I will go over with a normal coat, and then we'll get this painted. It is already extremely, I didn't even have to do that, but it's really, really, like, it's not gonna break. It's pretty good. But put that on there. We're gonna wait, let this set, sand it all down nice and smooth, and then we're gonna put the last coat of normal body filler on it. Make sure that's smooth, and then we'll send it off to paint on Monday. All right, we're just dropping the Maserati off at the shop right now. Got the fender in the back, bumper, and the two of these. Should be done Wednesday. We'll come pick it right back up. All right, just got to the shop, got all the parts back. Looks really good. A little bit of imperfection, but that's probably because of me, but it looks really, really good. Go ahead and shut that. Then when I get home, I'll put everything back together. Make sure that doesn't touch. Yep. But here's the paint match right here. This was the bad fender. Let's see, perfect. All right, we just got back. Got all the parts off, except for that fender. I think we'll leave the fender on, I'll see. Fitment does need to be fixed on the fender again, but we're gonna go ahead and throw the rest of these parts on. Grill, other stuff like that, and then we can throw those on. And then that will basically finish this car, other than it needing to be recalibrated. But the paint match is amazing. Looks really good. I got this done at the Mako, or whatever you guys want to call it. Really, really good for a really good price. I think it matches perfectly, but let's go ahead and put this together. Slap it on, because we got to go, I don't even know how far tomorrow. We got to drive really far tomorrow. All the way down to Chicago, and I'm Wisconsin and Indiana, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and finish this. All right, just got everything together, and look at this. It looks perfect. Bumper, this is the carbon fiber lip. The GTS, everything looks good. Everything fits perfect. This car is basically done now. All right, we're finally done with this car. I didn't really care about getting it done on time, or I kind of took my time with this car because it was a personal car. But we finally got every single thing for this car. We got all the grills, all the radars are in, all the chrome, the right grills, headlights, everything is in, and this thing is looking amazing. That's carbon fiber grill, or carbon fiber lip, and it is dirty right now, so that needs cleaned. But this car is now done, and it actually is being listed for sale right now. It's obviously rebuilt title. You guys saw me rebuild it, but everything has been gone through and has been done right. It's got nice brakes, new brakes, and let's just go through one more time. We need to clean it one more time because it's kind of glossy in some spots. But I will say, and I put a decent amount of miles on it. I think it has 57,000. Yeah. And I'll put a vid right here of the exhaust of it driving on the road, because this thing sounds amazing. So let's go ahead and do that. So I do recommend one of these, as long as you can take care of a car, which is just usual maintenance. It's no different from our Mercedes or BMW. But for the money that you're paying, whether clean title or rebuilt title, you're getting a lot for what you're paying. So I do recommend one of these, and I love this car, and I'll definitely be getting more. But that'll be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like videos like this, please like and comment. If you want to keep seeing me rebuild cars like this, because the next car will be an Aston Martin or something down the lines of that, please let me know. Or I can do more flip, because I got more flip cars and other cars that I can flip and show you how much I make and what I do to them. But I'll also be posting a new video. I gotta see when, but I will be posting a new video that is very different from what I do. I will be building a shop from ground all the way to up, from leveling, foundation, building, and interior. If you do want to see that,
please comment below that you want to see that, and I'll be posting parts about that. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Please like and comment and subscribe, and thank you.